Hey guys, it's Daniel here with a new video, and today I'm going to be discussing the fourth episode of WandaVision titled We Interrupt This Program. I think that's what it's called. So basically, the episode starts off with Veronica Rambeau coming back from the dust, like Bruce Banner snapped her back into existence after she was snapped out of existence by Thanos. And I kind of now understand the whole dust Infinity Gauntlet snap thing now. Basically, if you like disappear, you feel like it's been a second after you return back. Like, you sit here, you fade away, and then like a second or 5 seconds later, you reappear. But really, it's been like many years. So basically, she goes around trying to find her mother, but then she hears that 2 years after her disappearance, during the 5 years, her mother died from, I think it's cancer. So basically, she returns to her old job and meets Agent Wu, that agent from Ant-Man and the Wasp, played by Randall Park, and they're basically like investigating the reality thing that Scarlet Witch has created, and basically one of the disturbing things is that the sheriff, he says that there's no such thing as the town that Scarlet Witch is in, but the town is like right behind him. So I'm wondering if Scarlet Witch is like using powers to make people not be able to see the town. So basically they go away, so they send a helicopter, remember that toy helicopter from the second episode? Well, basically Veronica sends one of the copters into the reality, but if you look very closely, the helicopter that was in the second episode was red, but the helicopter that it was in this episode is blue. So I'm wondering, could Mephisto be behind all of this? I don't know. But basically, she tries to see what's going on, but then she gets sucked into the reality and gets turned into Geraldine from the third episode, which we'll get to later. And basically, a whole day later, 24 hours, we reunite with the lovable, comedic character from the first two Thor films, Kat Dennings as Darcy Lewis. Now, many people might not like this choice because basically Darcy Lewis is like kind of the main character of this episode. Like, she gets more focus, and I wasn't expecting her to get more focus. I was wondering if this episode was going to be focusing on Veronica, but no, it focuses on Darcy Lewis. Now, you can either like it or hate it, because while many people who like the character are going to love seeing their character again, at the same time, those people might like the character better as a supporting comic relief. Because here, with her being the main character, her giddiness has been amped up. So many people might find her to be kind of annoying. For me, I really liked her in this episode. In fact, she honestly has to give the best laughs out of any character in the episode. She was really hilarious. Like, one of the one of the people that are there says, "I'm a chemical engineer," and then she says, "No one cares." That was kind of funny. But because she's been amped up, sometimes she's a little annoying. But overall, I pretty much laughed at the character. She was pretty funny. So basically, she goes to Sword, which is the hiding place outside of the town. So they go to see Sword, and they're basically like looking on TVs to see what Wanda is doing. And I have to say, this might be the most self-aware part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe so far, because Darcy Lewis seems to be wonderfully nerdy, like a dork or something, because basically she's like watching the episodes, and she kind of gets a bit of interest in it, but also looking for some evidence, like information as to how this is happening. But when Wanda and Vision kiss at the end of the first episode, she watches it and she's like, "Aww." It seems like she's wonderfully nerdy. So basically, they get some information about the other people in the show and who they're played by. But if you look very closely at that report there, you'll see that you see Catherine Hahn's character, she doesn't have an ID. So who is she then? Maybe they just didn't get her ID straight away, but they got all the others straight away. So I'm wondering, who is this Catherine Hahn character really? So basically, they send out a Sword agent into the sewers to try to get to the town. And you know that beekeeper who was at the end of the second episode? That was that character. He basically goes into reality in a, like, suit But then when he comes into reality, he turns into a beekeeper, and the rope, like the wire that's holding him, it turns into a skipping rope. But basically, if you look very carefully, it's basically the same scene as the second episode, but from the beekeeper's point of view, where he looks at Wanda and she's like, no. But then we cut to the next scene. We never see what happens to him. So did he die? Did he get reversed? We don't know. But basically, Agent Wu tries to contact with Wanda through the radio from the second episode. He's like, Wanda, who's doing this to you? But it kind of fails. And then we got to the ending of that episode, where Veronica, or Geraldine, but basically Veronica in disguise of Geraldine, is doing the same thing that she did in the third episode, where she's like, your brother was killed by Ultron. But then we get to see how she got thrown out of the reality. Basically, Wanda's like, you're not my friend. You're not my neighbor. You're an outsider. You are trespassing in this reality, and I would like you to leave. She just blasts her through the walls and out of the reality. And then Wanda repairs the walls, Vision comes back in again, and he's basically saying the same thing, like, where's Geraldine? And then Wanda's like, oh, she left, honey. But then, this is probably biggest surprise in the entire show so far, in my opinion. Wanda looks at Vision, and then if you look, it's actually Vision's dead body from Avengers Infinity War. So you're kind of wondering, oh, is that how Vision came alive? We thought he was just like an illusion, but really, he's just his dead body, but Wanda's like controlling it to make it walk and talk like Vision. So you can't feel like that she's like creating it. In fact, even at the end of the episode where Veronica Rambeau's like, it's Wanda. It's all Wanda. So you get a hint that this reality is really Wanda's doing, but you get a little hint that something is controlling her. Maybe it's the Mind Stone, maybe it's Mephisto, we don't know. That's basically where the episode ends. Wanda and Vision watch the TV, and that's basically where the episode ends. I know this is pretty big, this has been a pretty short video so far, but I do have a couple questions. First of all, you know how Darcy Lewis has been chosen to be part of S.W.O.R.D? Well, how did she get properly chose? And what happened to Jane Foster and Eric Selvig from the first two Thor films? Well, Eric Selvig from the first two Thor films and the Avengers. Where are they at now? Where are they living now? How are they going to keep contact? Now, I know it's way too early, so many of these questions I just brought up may be fixed in later episodes. But at this current standard, I don't have a clue. So basically, I think this is my favourite episode so far. I mean, this is the first episode of WandaVision that actually feels like it's a part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, because basically we have agents and inspectors once again, just like from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I mean, I do like the first three episodes. I do love the first three episodes, but to me, it didn't feel like the MCU. Well, sort of, but this episode definitely felt fully like it was the MCU. So I definitely think it's my favourite episode so far, and you better go check it out before the 5th episode comes. So yeah, those were my thoughts on the 4th episode. I know this video is short, but I just had to get it done for you guys. And let me know in the comment section below what you think of the 4th episode. And let me know, do you think Darcy Lewis works better as comic relief or as a main character? Because I'm wondering if she's going to get more parts later on in the episodes. But we're almost halfway through WandaVision. It's almost the beginning of the end of WandaVision. So watch the episode. Let me know in the comment section below whether you like Darcy Lewis as a main character or not. And I will be doing more videos. I cannot wait to do more. And basically, like, subscribe, and share this video with all your friends and family. And I'm Daniel, reviewing movies, TV shows, doing videos. Till then, peace out, man.